Well, here we are at the beautiful Blanco River here in Wimberley, Texas. So I'm just going to show you some amazing blocks that have come down from flooding. There was a huge flood that came through here and these blocks came off. Fairly regular sized blocks. And you say, well, that's got to be natural. Oh, okay. Right angle sides. And the seam, not fracture, but seam between eons, between meaning the seam goes all the way up, right? So that whitish area in the middle of the frame there, on the left side of the white is a seam for that layer, that massive layer, right? And then the next layer down, the seam is in the same spot. So that's an eon, and that's an eon, according to institutional geology. But those two eons have the same seam, the same vertical seam that goes through them. That's impossible for nature to do. There's no reason for a seam to go straight up through different eons. No reason whatsoever. But it's all over the place. And so those blocks break out at seams. The ancients are built in sections, okay? We've got another section there. Vertical line for your section. So the amount of concrete they put down was, let's say it is that much. And then they went to the next section. Boom. Right? That's the next section. That's how much they put down. Of course, that was the top layer. Before that, they put down that section. And oftentimes they have the vertical lines through which are seams, not fractures. Fractures break apart, seams join together. And we have the vertical lines through the, quote, eons of material. Oh, really? Eons? Oh, okay, thanks, professors. I guess you didn't look at the material. You didn't come down here and actually look at it. You just said, oh, we've been told it's sedimentary, it must be sedimentary. So I'm standing on this tree stump here to get a better view and look at that beautiful, water and the massive pieces of terraformed, right? Concrete. I mean, it's amazing. And the geologists don't care, because what would happen if they actually looked? Well, they'd have to change their whole paradigm. They'd have to realize that the ancients built a river. They built a riverbed. And then they'd have to look at other riverbeds and go, oh my God, they built those riverbeds too. And then they'd have to say they built the entire earth, because all this evidence is the same throughout the many continents. The ancients built in sections. Here's a riverbed. This is the Blanco River near Wimberley, Texas, in central Texas. And just like right at the entrance of KTK Tunnel in Bosnia, off the Bosnia River, this is the same angle that the ancients used there. All the way across this diagonal that goes all the way across the riverbed. That's what they did right outside KTK Tunnel entrance in Visoko, Bosnia. Absolutely amazing. Tens of thousands of years. And the tunnel goes left and right. There's not enough light in there to show you what's in there, but I did make a video. That's the built river. You can see I was just thinking today as we were making, just before I turned the camera on, I was thinking the reason that they have a step down here, a really quick step down, is because the negative ions can be generated by turbulence, and then the negative ions get sucked into the tunnels and they're used by the pyramids. It's pretty crazy. I mean, it's pretty wild what the ancients were doing with natural materials and just, with advanced engineering know-how. Wow. So the ancients had a similar engineering across the world. It may have been the same race, it may have been a different race that did this. So the ancients built a riverbed. They wanted this river to be exactly where it is, and then they built the rest of the earth, which they called Terra, and which we call Earth.